Hey B, everyone, thanks for jumping back into the Should I Go to School series for sports management. 5 schools, 5 weeks total, one per week. Last week we did the University of Florida. Today we're going to be talking about Temple University, the Temple Owls. So let's jump right in. Alright, we're going to do a little quick sports management overview, school scoring and ranking system. Sports Management 101. Which swim lane is your swim lane? A lot of specializations you can do in sports management. You can be in athletic development and coaching, supply chain management, business development, contract law, and sport agent, as well as facility operations, marketing and event management. Some of the careers that you can have in the sports management field: operations manager, sport agent, sport lawyer, sports marketer, corporate partnerships manager, athletic director, athletic coach, game day or event coordinator, facility operations manager. Salaries ranging from $43K for game day or event coordinator to $61K a year for corporate partnership manager. Facility operations managers bring in $65K a year. With a master's in sports management, you can specialize in other areas such as high performance coaching, sports law, director of racket sports, for example, athlete development. Alright, here's the school scoring and ranking process. These are categories we developed together with your priorities and what's most valuable to you, and those items that are more valuable to you received a higher weighting, and that's where you'll see the yellow plus on there. So we're going to go through school info and attributes. What are their rankings? What are they known for? What's unique about their school? Location and travel. How long does it take to get home for the holiday? How long does it take to get home for summer? How much does it cost to get home? Driving, flying, etc. Those schools in Wisconsin or Missouri are going to get a higher weighting. Cost and funding. How far does the GI Bill go? How much does it cost? What's the cost of living? How affordable it is for you to go there. Program focus and requirements. This received a higher weighting from you as well. This is, how quickly do they get to the sports management specific courses? What are the general education and state requirements? How heavy are they? How quickly are you exposed to the industry, the sports industry and the surrounding area through internships or partial internships? Next one is internships. That received a higher weighting from you as well. They have a good internship program. They have a strong network. It's a long program. They help you get ready for it. They help you prepare. They support you throughout the internship. So we'll take a look at their internship program. Available sports programs. That's for both the collegiate level for you to participate in, also for you to be a sports fan. So what sports programs do they have? Also intramural sports for you to participate in throughout the year. Campus and community life. What are the dorms like? What's the crime like? Safety. How expensive is housing? How's the food? What are the other students saying? What's the surrounding community like? Alright, Temple University, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in North Philly. National rankings: best college for criminal justice, number 14 in the country. Best college for sports management, number 23. Best college for kinesiology and physical therapy in America, number 25. Most liberal colleges in America, ranked 44th. Top party schools in America, ranked 46th. Best colleges for film and photography, ranked 54th in the nation, according to niche.com. It's a public school, big public school, 24,000 undergrad students, 60% acceptance rate, so it is academically challenging, or competitive, that is. 70% graduation rate. SAT range, 1010 to 1230. ACT range is 22 to 28. Students submitting ACT, 20% did. Students submitting SAT, 90% did. It tends to be an East Coast trend, heavy on the SAT. Application deadline is February 1st, I assume of your senior year. $55 application fee. Several, medical vaccine requirements. That's normal. Okay, moving on to location and travel costs. So if you're driving from Philadelphia to Wisconsin where you live, it's going to take you 2 days, right around $500. You're driving 9 hours a day, assuming you're going to stay in a hotel for about maybe $90 plus tax. '04 Honda Pilot gets 22 miles per gallon. So you're looking at 48 gallons of fuel, $5 a gallon. You're looking at $240 in fuel each way. So you throw in fuel, lodging, and food. You're just over $500 to drive home for the summer or December holiday. Flying, you're looking between $540 to $620. This is for December to January timeframe, 2022. A lot of flights in that range. Most of them have 2 stops. Cost and funding. So the GI Bill, GI Bill is an excellent program that you can use because we transferred it, and no matter where you live or where you're a state resident, they treat you basically get to pay the in-state tuition. So at Temple University, that's $16,488 per year, tuition only. So that's $65,000 plus for tuition. If you throw in average housing costs, average meal plan costs, books and supplies per year, you're looking at just over $30,000 a year times 4 years is $122,000 to go to school there. The GI Bill covers all of that. Plus they give you a housing allowance. You're not required to live on campus. Most schools you are, at least part of the first year, but Temple, like University of Florida last week, not required to live on campus. Program focus and requirements. What's unique about the Temple University Sports Management program is there's 3 ways to customize your degree. These are extra classes that you take to specialize. You can go the governance and policy route, the sport and recreation promotion route, or the event management route. They also offer several minors that complement the sports management degree pretty well, like supply chain management or a minor in business. And of course they have an internship program, which we'll talk about. Where the Temple students work, graduates through surveys and network and alumni associations and things, graduates of the Temple Sports Management program work for the Eagles, Philadelphia Flyers, Philadelphia Soul, Philadelphia Phillies, 76ers, U.S. Olympic Committee, U.S. Golf Association, Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia Parks and Rec, IMG Learfield, numerous collegiate athletic programs. I think there's 9 in the area. Numerous different professional sports teams outside of Philly. Madison Square Garden, Hurricane Junior Golf Tour. So those are kind of where the students work that have graduated that program. Next, we're going to look at the program focus, the bachelor's degree requirements. So everyone's required to take the Business of Leisure, Career Exploration Development Seminar, Leisure and Tourism for a Diverse Society, Internship 1 and Internship 2. We'll talk about that. Senior Professional Development Seminar. Those are all required. Major requirements, SRM is a Sport and Rec Management. Everyone in that program is required to take Sport and Society, Law and Ethics in Sport and Recreation, Budget and Finance Systems in Sport and Recreation, Research in Sport and Recreation, Management in Sport and Recreation, Economics of Sport and Recreation, Organizational Strategy, Marketing and Management, Current and Ethical Issues in Sports and Recreational Management. Besides those core classes, you're required to take 2 writing intensive courses, which is Marketing Management in Sports and Rec, Current and Ethical Issues in Sports and Rec. Free electives, you can take 12 electives, you pick them yourself. The Fox School of Business and Management requirements that complement your degree are survey accounting, financial accounting, Excel for business applications, macroeconomic principles, marketing management, leadership, and organizational management. Okay, optional programs that complement your core bachelor's degree. You can get a business minor. You just have to take additional classes. You have to take a total of 25 credit hours, and that's good for you to fall back on a business minor. Supply chain management, that's a total of 12 additional credit hours. All right, here's kind of a look at those specialized areas. You can see them on the slide, but I'm sending you these slides too. They're probably a little bit blurry on your end, but If you look at the governance and policy concentration, required classes besides the ones I listed earlier are stadium arena design and management, athletics administration, global sports management, recreation and leisure service management, sports management and industry trends. If you go sports and rec promotion concentration, you're looking at media and communications, in sport and recreation, consumer behavior in sport and recreation, advanced marketing, sales management. If you go the event management concentration, 12 additional credits, foundations of event and entertainment management, event and entertainment operations, event and entertainment revenues, the event experience. General education requirements, you're looking at 35 or 36 credits. They kind of have these attributes. Within these attributes, for example, arts, human behavior, race and diversity, world society, science and tech, and U.S. society. There's a list of courses. You just pick one of those courses. Except for science and tech, you got to pick 2 courses. There's also intellectual heritage 1, intellectual heritage 2, quantitative literacy, analytical reading and writing. Those are all required. 9 areas, 11 courses required, basically. Based on AP classes you're taking now, which are government, language, and comp, U.S. history, psychology, you could get credit for 12 semesters hours, which is close to an entire semester. Here is the general education credit by AP exam. You can see the minimum score that you need to get the credits, and the Temple equivalent course that you'll get credit for. So basically, some of those courses could be either some of your required free electives, or it could be some of the general education requirements that you can test out of to get a total of 12 semester hours done before you even get to college. Here's a sample of the Temple program, sports management, bachelor's degree, year 1, year 2, 3, and 4. It's just kind of a sample. You'll see that most of the sports and rec courses are taking place sophomore, junior, senior year. Alright, let's jump right into the internship. So there's internship 1 and internship 2. So internship 1 is 3 credits, but basically they teach you how to interview. They basically get you ready for your internship. It's 180 hours over the course of 1 semester. They really start exposing you to the actual sports industry, and you're just about 50% of the time that you're in this 4-year program, you are exposed to an actual sports industry, either through internship 1 or internship 2. Philadelphia is, there's 6 major sports teams. There's 9 college teams in the area. Massive sports hub. The Philadelphia Flyers, the Sixers, the Eagles, the Phillies, the Soul, and the internship is 12 credits long, which is basically a semester. And here is Skylar Berg. Skylar Berg is a student that's highlighted in this article here. She got an internship with the Los Angeles Rams, and for their Super Bowl year. And there's a really good article on her. And she basically applied to, she basically reached out to all the NFL teams and got responses from half of them. Her dad, Rich Berg, is a Temple assistant athletic director for football communications. So he probably knows people in the industry, and probably is able to advise even students like yourself on how to get the internship that it is that you're looking for. And I know that you're a Rams fan, so I thought you'd think this is exciting. She lessons learned. She missed a phone call before the Rams called her. She missed a phone call and missed another opportunity. She was a tutor. She helped tutor. So they're looking at the total picture of the student. She helps tutor other students, and she was involved in a couple of sports leadership organizations. And she mentioned that there's a lot of good mentors there in that program that mentored her throughout the process. So it doesn't seem to be limited to the Philadelphia area, and she said it was the best experience in her life so far. So it looks like they have a pretty darn good internship program, and you're participating in real life sports, 50% of the time while you're there. So takeaways: they take it seriously. Philadelphia is a vibrant hub for sports and rec. Exposure to real industry 50% of the time. Internship 2 is the entire semester. So those are the key takeaways of the internship program. Available sports programs. So varsity or men's Division 1. Basketball, crew, cross country, football, golf, soccer, tennis, women's teams, basketball, cross country, fencing, field hockey, gymnastics, lacrosse, rowing, soccer, tennis, indoor track and field, outdoor track and field. Intramural leagues, they've got basketball, cornhole, dodgeball, flag football, floor hockey, soccer, softball, team handball, volleyball, special event, extramurals, and sports clubs. Of course, as a student, you can go watch all those sports, probably get a good discount on tickets. I'm not sure how that works. Campus community life. Are you required to live on campus your first year? Nope. Temple is located in the heart of Philadelphia, in North Philadelphia, and that is it is a high crime area. So that's one thing you need to be aware of. It's just the reality of the situation. Like just a few days ago, 5 people were shot near Temple University, according to a recent article. Safety gets a B- based on crime rates, student reviews. Dorms get a B-. I don't know if they're run down. It is a city college right in the middle of the city, so it's a pretty compact campus, and that's just the reality of the situation. 65% of the students say they feel extremely safe and secure on campus. Average housing cost is $8,300 per year. There is on-campus housing available. I'm not sure how good the food is there, but 53% say the overall dorm quality is great. So 47% say it's not. All right. Next slide. Conclusions. Here we go. Temple is ranked 23 for sports management programs, according to Niche. Several other top academic rankings and Niche grades of A. You need to know that there was in 2019 they settled with the state attorney general's office, agreed to pay a fine for false reporting to rankings publications. Temple had to basically pay around $17 million in settlements to former students, U.S. Department of Education, and the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office. U.S. Attorney's Office basically said this case was certainly unusual, but at its foundation it's just a case of fraud and underlying greed. So between 2014 and 2018, due to fraudulent reporting, the business school's online and part-time MBA program saw a rise in rankings. This brought in more fundraising dollars and attracted more talent. So while this speaks to Temple's overall organizational ethical behavior and reputation, it doesn't reflect everyone at Temple. There are plenty of good professors there, plenty of solid academic programs. It seems to be kind of a leadership issue related around greed and trying to get more money for their online program, but it still is a little bit of a black eye, in my opinion. However, if you look at their MBA program, when they were doing false reporting, it went up to number 7. Online MBA program went up to number 7. Now it's in the 40s. So even after they settled and corrected the numbers, it still ranks 40 something in the whole country. So that's pretty dang good. So I think this is just a moment in time for them. Certainly a lesson learned. but it doesn't. I don't think it takes away from the strength of this program or the other programs that they have there. But it's worth mentioning, just so you know, and probably will affect the scoring. Because if it didn't, I think it would invalidate our scoring process a little bit. It has to have some effect. All right, school attributes. Here's the scoring basically. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead on you. Here's the scoring again. This is just kind of subjective, based on as many objective facts as we could find. You can change these scores as you wish based on how you see them. But for school info and attributes, gave it a 4. A lot of high rankings, academically challenging school. They get a lot of A niche ratings. It seems to be a very good school. However, due to the false reporting and the unethical behavior that they participate in for 4 or 5 years, it doesn't get a 5. It's got to get a 4. Location and travel. It's about the same cost and distance as University of Florida, so it gets a 3. It's not a Wisconsin or Missouri school, so it doesn't get a higher rating. Cost and funding, a 5. Any of these schools that are covered completely by the GI Bill are going to get a 5, because then basically no cost to us, including you. So program focus and requirements, this got a higher weighting. Based on the fact that you are involved with real-life sports organizations within the community half the time that you're there, and they have a pretty solid internship program, 2 parts, and a lot of very specific sports management classes, and a good business background to fall back on, I think this program gets a 5. Internships, I gave it a 5 plus. Florida had a really good internship program as well, but just go back and listen to the part on the internship. It's just it's pretty phenomenal. So that gets a 5 plus, which I don't know how we're gonna score that. We'll just say it's a 5. But available sports programs gets a 4. It's not as many as University of Florida, for example. They don't have a baseball program. There's less men's and women's sports at Temple, although there are plenty of them. But compared to one of the other schools, Florida, we already looked at it. It gets a 4. Campus and community life. I had a hard time scoring this anything more than a 1 due to the high crime in North Philly there, the low ratings from the students for dorms and dorms quality and living on campus. It's a compact school in the middle of the city, and that comes with some risks and some drawbacks. While Temple received many good ratings from us, the campus and community life is probably the lowest of how they performed within these 7 categories. All right, so that is it, and thank you for jumping back in today. Next week, video 3 of 5 is going to cover the sports management program from the University of Oregon. See you then.